But
High
okay.
time capsule, they said.
Well, yeah, I just hit record, so that's the first thing in the video right there. Boom, high time
Perfect.
capsule. So here we are, everybody. Welcome. I guess how am I gonna start these? This is my first one. I haven't figured out how I'm gonna start them yet,
We're
but
gonna do this together because I've never been interviewed before, so it's a learning for both of us.
it's gonna be great. Okay, so
Yeah.
here's what we'll do. I will welcome us to the YouTube channel, and then we'll get going from there. Okay.
All right.
So
Yep.
welcome everybody to the YouTube channel. This is my name is Lion, and this is our first ever YouTube time capsule. And today we are interviewing Oh Snap, it's Britt, or as I think a lot of people just call her Britt, right? Is
Yep.
that what you go
Yep.
by? Yeah. And so the purpose of this is that we're gonna do this quick little fun little interview of our year and a recap, and then I'm gonna seal it away, and then I will set it to go live a year from today. Today's date is December 29th, 2021. So we'll be checking this out in 2022. And so we got chat here, we got Brit here, we got a fun time coming up. So I'm just gonna ask you a couple of questions, like real easy ones, right off the get go, just to like understand where we are. So your name is Brit, right? We
Yep.
already went over that. Okay. Um, oh, I forgot to ask you. Do you like talk about how old you are and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm
Okay,
not private about that.
cool. Okay, how old are you?
So I just turned 33.
Just turned 23. Awesome.
33. 33. You could for okay, 23. We'll go with
Oh,
23.
wait, did I say 23?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 33. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Awesome. Um, so Brittany, 33 years old. What do you do on a day-to-day basis right now? Are you working? Do you stream full time? What's your typical life?
So currently I work full time from home. I have a remote job. I started back in June. I work for a hospital
Okay, cool.
call
Been
center.
been working at a hospital since June. I love it. Cool. Um, so what we're gonna move into is like I sent you the breakdown and stuff like that, and so we're
Yep.
we're gonna kind of move into that stuff. Um, tell me about this last year, Britt. What if you could summarize like give me one adjective or maybe like two or three adjectives this last year. What has it been like?
Um Pretty freaking good, actually. Really good year. It's been a great year.
Awesome. What do you think attributed to it being so good?
My new job mostly is, what could attribute that to, and I started streaming again. I'm going to talk about this a little later, but I got my Twitch account back in February of this year. I was banned for 4 months last year.
Wow. And that was
Yeah.
in 2019? Or sorry,
That was
2020?
2020.
Okay.
Yeah, in November of 2020, and I just got it back in this past February.
Okay. Um, and so in this year, how did you approach quarantine? What did you do to make it through?
So I was already really used to working from home, so that didn't really change much. I think that family helped a lot. My parents were down here, so we saw each other a lot. My family here, my boyfriend, his kids, we just made it as normal as possible. Really, just the daily family things and staying. Well, we didn't really go out much anyway, so
Mm,
it didn't really affect us too much. Luckily, not a lot of our family got sick with COVID or anything like that, so we were really lucky.
mhm. How long have you been dating your boyfriend?
6 years.
6 years. Holy crap.
Yeah. Hmm.
So this like year wait for a time capsule is like a drop in the bucket compared to that. So that'll be cool. Um,
Yep.
so who did you get to see the most during quarantine?
Probably my mom.
You guys
Yeah,
see each other regularly?
we did. She just moved to Florida.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry to hear that.
Mm. Yeah. My sister's down there with my nephew and my brother-in-law. So she retired and she headed down there to help raise my nephew. So
Mm. Do you talk about like where you live, like what state you live in?
yeah, I live in Connecticut.
Currently in Connecticut. Okay. Do you think you'll be in Connecticut in a year from now?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Mm.
The plan is to leave in about 5 or 6 years though.
Oh, okay. Where to?
Florida.
Florida. Okay.
Hmm.
Are you gonna end up being one of those people that's on like the news, like, crazy Florida woman wrestles an alligator in the street or anything like that?
I'm more likely to wrestle a human in the street, but
It'd probably still make the news, but
yeah, probably.
so who did you miss the most during quarantine?
My sister and my nephew, I didn't get to see him be born because of quarantine. We couldn't get down there because the airports were closed and everything like that. So she was down in Florida by herself, pregnant. My brother-in-law is a Green Beret in the military, so he was deployed, and she was alone. You know, and we planned to go visit her. I think it was like 3 or 4 times, but they kept canceling our flights, so it
Hmm.
was really rough not being there for her and not being able to see her.
Oh
You
yeah,
know.
no
Mhm.
kidding. Um, do you expect that to be a little bit different this year? Like,
Yeah, I've already visited, like oop, thank you for the raid, Nick! Welcome, raiders. Do you mind if I
yeah, go for it. Yeah.
alright. So everybody who's here with the raid, we're just doing an interview, a time capsule interview real quick, so I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, I forgot what I was saying.
You're talking about your plans to be able to see
Oh,
your family down there this year.
yeah, right. So I've already visited twice this year. I plan to go again. I plan to go every other month, basically, to down there to visit.
Awesome. Good, good, good. I hope that comes true for you. And we'll see in a year how good you did on
Mhm.
that. So talking about more this like this last year and all together, what would you say are some of your biggest highlights, the most success that you've had in your community, or and maybe there's something in real life, maybe what's from the biggest best parts?
Well, getting back to streaming because once I got my new job, my schedule was so wonky, so I was not able to stream. After I got my account back in February, I streamed for a little bit, but then I started working a lot because my other job didn't really pay that much. So I worked a lot of overtime. And then I got this new job, which changed everything because it was a huge pay raise for me. So that was like the biggest up this year. And but streaming suffered because I my schedule was just all over the place. So getting back into streaming was a huge thing for me. Um, Considering I don't really have a solid schedule, I think I'm doing pretty good with like how often I'm able to do it. And my community's been there the whole time, and I can't thank them enough. It's been amazing ever since coming back. They've been great.
Good. So just streaming in a whole is your biggest highlight. That's good to hear, And like from what I can see from the outside looking in, it does seem like you really have some pretty awesome a pretty awesome community that really loves you. So
Yeah,
that's good.
they're
I
great.
imagine it's only gonna grow. Um, okay. So that is just kind of the year in a review. I was gonna take a second and so chat, the way we're interacting with this is like if you guys have anything that you think Britt should bring up, just throw it in the chat and we'll see. And if she thinks it's something worth talking about, then she can. Or if anything, just take some time to just say hi because you are gonna be in this video chat. You guys can't see me right now, but I'm gonna be right next to you guys. But whatever you guys say will be eternalized in the video. So take a second to say hi to yourselves in the future. Even that could be cool. And speaking of saying hi to yourself in the future, this is the next part. And this is like, if there is like a really deep part of this interview, it's this question. Um, I'm going to ask you it initially. And I'll probably have some follow ups for it. Um, but part two, question number two of your YouTube time capsule is what would you say to your future self?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I would say, I mean,
It might be
I don't
questions.
even know.
Like you might ask them some questions, maybe what are you curious about?
I guess, to see how much I've changed and grown in next year. Um, right now I'm doing really, really good, like I said, with my full-time job and with streaming. So I'm very thank you for the follow. I'm very interested to see how much better things are because we can only go up from here, right? So I'm just interested to see how much better.
Mhm.
Oh my God, Rotom vibrator form. I love your name. Oh my God, thank
Uh,
you for the follow. Um, sorry, ADD. But yeah, I mean, you're doing good now, future self. I can't wait to see in a year from now how good you're doing.
what do you think your future self will be doing a year from now?
Hopefully streaming more of a solid schedule, and more often, and just I don't know, so I'm pretty happy with where we are right now as far as, like, in real life goes, and as far as, streaming goes. I do want to, like I said, make things a little bit more solid schedule-wise and just grow the community, so hopefully that's where I'll be next year, growing the community.
Mm, I'm sure. And do you think you'll have the same job a year from now? IRL at the
I
hospital?
yeah, I think so. It's a very good job, just I get to stay home. I don't have to, drive anywhere, and that goes gas prices right now, come on,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, no kidding. No
Um,
kidding.
yeah, it's a good job, so I hope so, definitely.
Cool. Um, do you think you and your boyfriend have plans for a year from now?
That I don't know.
Mm,
I mean, we're pretty happy the way things are right now, so
that's good. Do you guys talk about the future ever?
oh, yeah, all the time, and especially moving, getting out of here. We wanna just, get out of here and go to Florida, but he's got 2 kids, um, and they are 12 and 13, so once they get out of high school is when we're gonna be out of here, so about 5 years.
Oh, that's the 5-year contingency. Okay, I
Mhm.
see. Got it.
Waiting on them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, um, do you think future you is gonna be a good mama to these girls?
I'd To his kids?
Yeah.
I've already been in their lives for a long time,
Well,
so
yeah. So you guys have been dating for 6 years, but I mean more along the lines of like a year from now, once they get into their teenage years, are you prepared to deal with
oh,
teenage
yes.
girls? Yeah. Okay.
They're boys, they're
Oh, they're
boys,
boys. I'm sorry. I
they're
thought I heard you
boys.
say girls. I'm sorry.
Nope.
Oh, well.
Easier,
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah. That question's not nearly as hard to answer then. Yeah.
Nope,
Yeah. Lucky
they're
you.
boys, thank God.
They're
Yep,
just gonna get hurt every once in a while, but they'll be all right. But okay.
yep.
Okay. Awesome. So moving on to part three, we already talked about this just a little bit. But what's your biggest hope for next year? Like, you've already talked about your Twitch channel a little bit. You've already talked about your job, but is there just like something like maybe externally, like in the world, you really hope for, or maybe, or if it's really just like along the lines of Twitch, maybe you could like state a goal. But I know some people are like uncomfortable with like the whole goals aspect because they don't want to like watch the video a year from now and be like, ah, I failed. But even if maybe you're a little bit more comfortable, like saying, do you have where do you see where do you see your channel in a year?
Bronco says world peace.
World peace.
Okay,
Good
we're gonna
luck,
go with world
Broncos.
peace. Um, as far as streaming goals go, because that would be my biggest accomplishment, I think I want to be able to viewer-wise, I wanna be able to hold, like, average 40 to 50 viewers, I think that would be great, maybe someday be able to achieve partner, that'd be awesome. Um, at least be on the right path for it, I think we're doing pretty good. Um, I don't know, I just wanna grow the community and meet more people and, um, network and all that.
Awesome. That's cool. Yeah, I think 40 to 50 is low ball on it for you. I think you'll get up there pretty quick. So I wouldn't worry too
Yeah.
much about it. Yeah. Yeah. I think you'll do great. Um, right now, who are some of your like stream friends, like other streamers that you really enjoy hanging out with, talking to, and collaborating with?
Well, my best friend, who's my mod in chat too, I have 2 of them, Ash Shimby and, Fatal Vixen. They're both in real life friends. One of them lives here in town with me, and the other one used to live in Connecticut, and she lives in North Carolina now, but they love you, Ash. I don't know if Fatal's here, but, yeah, they're my hugest supporters, those 2 for sure. Um, and then, the Pokemon community as a whole, because this is literally the best community on Twitch is the Pokemon community, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Like, everybody is just so welcoming, everybody is so ready to help you with open arms, and
Yeah, that's so
whether it be a
true.
shout out, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's crazy starting from I used to stream Call of Duty, that's what my starting game was when
Mm.
like, back in 2020 when I started streaming, and the community is just so different,
Oh yeah,
crazy.
way different.
Toxic.
Yeah, so toxic. Do you
And,
expect to still be on
yeah.
Pokemon in a
Oh,
year
yeah,
from now?
for
Yeah,
sure,
you're gonna
for sure.
play Legends of Arceus.
I don't know. I don't know. I've ever since I was little and started with, like, Red,
Hmm.
um, I've never played anything but mainstream games. So I've always owned one of the mainstream games, but I never really strayed to, like, Dungeon what was it? Right? The one
Mystery Dungeon. Yeah, I never
Yep,
played that
that
either.
any of those other, like, games that aren't the mainstream ones, I've never really touched those except for Snap
Oh
in
yeah, I
the
love
'90s.
Snap.
The
Did
one
you?
in the '90s. Yeah, in
Um.
Coliseum, but
Okay. Well. Um. If you could imagine your community as partner by next year, not saying you're trying to, you're trying to like commit to that, but like let's just say you're averaging 150 viewers by this time
oof.
next year. What do you imagine your community will be like?
Hopefully like they are now, just funny, making fun of me all the time, supportive, just there, like, every time I'm having a down day and I'm like, "I don't wanna stream, I'm not in the mood for it," but I do it anyway, they just make it so much better, you know?
Yeah.
Just they brighten the mood always.
Well, I just
So
realized I skipped over a part talking about the past year, so we're gonna reach back and talk back on that for a second.
mhm.
What was your biggest challenge last year? The hardest thing that you've had to do, maybe?
The ban on Twitch.
You want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. So I created Twitch in 2019, and I had a stupid name for like a month, and then I changed it. And I changed it to it's Brittany Bitch was my username,
Mm,
but the I was a 1. It was funny. I thought it was funny. Twitch allowed it. They let me be affiliate on it and all that. And then last year in November, they just one day I was watching Ash and B's stream, and all of a sudden I got logged out.
that's
And I was like, "What the
strange.
hell?" Yeah. I was like, "What the hell? Did somebody ban me in her stream or something?" So I tried to log in, and it said this username is banned, and I'm like, "What the hell?" So I checked my email, and they banned me because of the username. No warning or anything like that. No
Mm,
chance to change it. Nothing. So for 4 months, I wasn't able to be on Twitch because you're not allowed to make like an alt account, and do anything.
mm,
So I couldn't stream for my birthday, which was the plan because I my birthday's in November. I couldn't support my friends. I couldn't mod for the channels I mod for. I couldn't do anything. And Twitch is a huge part of my life. So it was just like a really rough 4 months for me. So
dang, that is such a
yeah.
bummer. The
Yep.
whole like no warning thing, that's really a kicker. But Twitch isn't really known to have it. Great service
Communication.
for, yeah, communication and service for like smaller streamers that aren't like
Yep.
the big boys up there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're back. It's been great meeting you and seeing you on, like, I've been following you the last couple weeks on like Twitter and stuff like that. You interact with a whole lot of the people I interact with, so
Yeah.
our circles were bound to cross eventually. So
Hmm.
um uh but I only have a couple more questions about coming up this next year, and then we'll get into part four, which is like letting talking about the chat highlights and the fun and good moments and stuff like that.
Great.
So chat, so chat, if you guys have any like clip references that you guys want to throw up in the chat or anything like that, this would be a time to go search through them, or anything you guys want immortalized on YouTube. That would be the time. So more talking about like moving forward and next year and stuff like that. Um, what would you imagine it's going to take for you to really keep streaming? Like, it's obviously, it's clearly something that you really enjoy, so it's not like you're having to convince yourself to do it necessarily. At least that's not the vibes I'm getting off of you. But if what would you say is the thing you need to do to make sure that you are still streaming next year?
I think I really need a more solid schedule. I need to figure that out. And the days that you just don't feel like doing it because you had a bad day, push through that because it does. And we all know we're all streamers here. So it takes a lot of energy
Mm.
to hit that go live button and actually stream. People don't always think that, but it is what it is. So I just need to be better at pushing through my bad days and just doing it. And a more solid streaming schedule because that is my biggest downfall. Because of my work schedule, it's hard. I mean, we talked about it.
Yeah.
trying to figure out this
Yeah,
interview.
between both of us, the two of us was crazy. I was kind of frustrated at myself because I'm quarantined right now. My roommate has COVID.
I
But
saw that on Twitter.
yeah, so I actually could have made a lot of those other times that we were talking about because I just haven't been doing anything. But I was like, it's fine. We'll just keep this one. But um, okay, the last thing, thinking about talking back to your future self, just give yourself a little like quick 30-second pep talk. Future you, you're giving future you a little pep talk. That way when you watch this in a year from now, you're gonna feel inspired and awesome and confident walking away from it. Okay, what would you say to yourself?
All right, so future you, after all these years, you actually, right now at this point in time, love who you have turned out to be. You love the people that you surround yourself with. Keep doing it. Keep keeping the positivity, energy, and all that around you, and keep not giving a shit about the people that don't need to be around. Just don't change because who I am now is who I want to continue to be until the day I die.
Wow, there you go.
And it
Strong
took all those
stuff.
years, but
Strong stuff. I love it. Well, okay, here we are in part four, our last part, and what's been your like favorite moments in streaming this year, like with your chat communicating, what's some inside jokes or anything like that you just want to like bring up to so that you hope that you haven't forgotten in a year.
well, they're already in here posting them all in chat.
I
So
saw some. I was actually here for one of the ones that you made the other day, or at least I saw the clip, the bifocals. I think you have the clip for that one.
that's the favorite. That's the fan favorite. Oh my god. I just sometimes you streamer brain. I'm sure you have it too, where you're going, reading, and then you screw up a word
Oh yeah.
and then you regret it very much so afterwards because you have bullies in chat, you know?
No, what do you mean? I'm completely on 100% of the time. I've never tripped up or
Uh-huh.
stumbled or anything like
I have
that.
never heard of a streamer that said that before. That is a lie. Bifocals, yes. So bifocals are bifocals.
So, who are your mods currently?
So we have Ashen B, who's pretty active in chat right now. Fatal Vixen, I think she is home right now with her daughter. She has a little 3-year-old, so she's not always able to be in chat later at night. And then I have Irish, who is he's at a fire meeting right now for his EMS, I think. And then Leanne, she is her husband just hurt him. He got hurt, I guess, the other day, so she's been offline for a little bit. Oh, there's Fatal. She just joined. Hi. So I have 4 mods right now.
Cool. Probably gonna need a lot more when you have 150 viewers. I'm just saying. So,
Um,
but
if we get there, I hope so.
I see you have a VIP symbol. How many VIPs do you have, and or do you know, or just can you mention some of your VIPs, like throw them out, shout them out, or something?
We have, well, I can see we have Octavo in here right now. We have Broncos. My boyfriend's a VIP. I don't know if he's in here right now. Let's see who else we got in here. um, Dad? Oh my god, weird. I don't have anybody else in here right now, I don't think. Let me look. Misfits here, Azor is here, Lone is here, Pete is lurking. Yep, so those are the VIPs. I have a couple more.
Yeah. I was just say, because like there's a good chance. The only reason I asked is because a year from now, your community could hopefully all these people are going to be here, but it's probably going to be a lot more. So it's like,
Yeah.
and some people aren't able to come to Twitch as much anymore. Like it very well could be a little different. So it'll be curious to
Mhm.
see who all is still going to be here in a year, and how many more new people are going to be here in a year. So it's always fun to think about that. Um,
Ghosts.
so.
I won't be here. That's rude. Oh,
Well, is there anything else you want to talk about for your YouTube time capsule?
thank you for the sub, Billy. Um, my God, I just can't wait to see this in a year. It's gonna be crazy, and I can't wait to see more that you're gonna do. I'm gonna be there. I want to watch all of them. I can't wait to
Oh
see who
yeah.
else you interview.
Well,
That's gonna be
so
awesome.
it's kind of funny because it's like this thing that it's an idea that I have, and I won't know if it works until a year from now, which is hilarious because like I could end up recording like 30 or 40 of these and they could all flop. Or you know what I mean? So
I doubt it. That's such a good idea, and I'm sure so many people will be on board and love to see this. It will not flop.
I
Mm-mm,
hope
no
not.
chance.
I hope not. But yeah, you've been this has been a great little time capsule. I think this has been a perfect amount of time, 25, 30 minutes. So all we have left is to say our goodbyes. So if you have anything else you guys want to throw up in the chat that we can see a year from now, and if there's, you know, Brittany, any other special shout outs you want to make before we go, other than that, we're just getting out of here. So you got anything?
Do you guys have everything? We love you. Oh, stop,
Oh, look
guys.
at it.
I love you guys. Aw. Yeah, I just this they're great, as you can see. I'm sure you're watching
Yeah,
them.
yeah. I'm watching it come up.
Brit is all right, I
Pretty all
guess.
right, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just some weirdo that streams Pokemon, tries to get some shinies, is afraid to bring chains.
Yeah, oh, yeah. But okay, well, Britt, this has been great. We will
Yes.
see this again in a year. That's the end of your YouTube time capsule, okay? So
Thank you so much for having me do this. It
yeah,
was
of course.
great.
I guess wave to the camera, I guess, so I have like a good little like screenshot or something like that. Let me move my camera out of the way.
You want me to wave again?
Yeah, go ahead and wave. Boom, perfect. All right. And we're done.